Anaska, you're you're out of the range, but hello, hello. There she is. Okay. And it's Marianne. Cindy Burdick, how are you? Oh, she's on mute. Hey, Cindy.
Oh, hey, how are you?
Good, sweetie. How are you?
Good, good. I'm not using contact mapping yet, so I need to, I think.
You do need to. So you need to be trained.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Co-host me up there, Miss Marianne.
Welcome, welcome. All right, let me get my name straight first. I don't want to be confused.
Welcome, Kate. Glad to have you here.
And we just did a test and it all worked and we're so excited.
Yay! Hello,
right.
Adrian.
You got home already? Holy moly.
Hello, Peggy.
Hi, Lisa. Oh, I love Susan. Look at you. I just love her little approach.
Isn't she cute?
She's cute as a button.
Yeah. And there's Tommy Tom Tom.
There's Tommy Tom. Tom, I think, is your microphone down or up? You might be muted. Hey,
everybody use this time to reach out to your teams, text them, send them messages on Facebook.
I did. Okay, now we can hear you, Tom. Should I mute you? Maybe I should mute you. Hugo! Oh, we got a spotlight. Can we spotlight Hugo for look?
Oh, where is he? Oh,
Here's Hugo.
hi, Hugo.
Hey, Hugo.
There he is.
What are you doing, Hugo?
Hi, Tom Tom.
My turn, Tom. What are you doing, Hugo? Do you want a little peanut butter armpit? No. Are you sure? No, I'm not. And are there any monkeys at your house today? No. Okay, that makes me happy.
One monkey, he just doesn't recognize himself as such.
I got the lip.
He's a dinosaur, not a monkey.
Yeah.
Do I see my dinosaur in my house?
Oh, there you go.
All right.
You said the magic word.
Where was that open?
I got 4 boys. I know.
Big red truck. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Let's get this show on the road.
Okay.
Hello, Mineral Marge. What are you doing, Mineral Marge, you cute little thing? Hello, Susan Janoska. Hello, Marianne and Pamela and Peggy the Gleason and Doug and Cindy Burdick's Ceiling and Hanny Sign and Heidi Sign and Chris Case. And hello, Bobby Knight. Hello, Kate Carpenter from the Down Under. This is crazy. So I love our life. I love this business. I love all of you. This works. That's all I'm going to tell you is network marketing is all of it and a bag of chips. So I'm trying to find the chat bar so I can get over there so I don't miss anything that gets sent. Okay, you can see all these books behind me. In fact, did you buy that 100 books that I promised everybody on that last Zoom when Fraser Horn showed up? Marianne?
I sent him, you asked me to send him an email about a deal.
Okay, good. All right, he probably did. He probably said, good, we'll sell you 50 books for the price of 100. That'll be the deal, Tom. So that's coming right now. Man alive, that little Hugo's growing up every day. Is bring your children to work day. That's what I love about network marketing. That's what every one of you get to do. So many of you, and I want to wait a couple of minutes, so I'm going to talk about the scab that refuses to be unpicked. And that happens to be this $50 deal where to stay at a distributor every year, you have to put up $50. To be a preferred customer, you have to put up 20. Whatever all those numbers are what all those numbers are. And all of you need to, I mean, it's going to happen. I want you to understand it, but getting on Facebook and complaining about it is insanity. Every company does it. And instead of talking about what you don't like about that particular change. And yes, for 20 years, our claim to fame has been that we don't have a renewal fee. We've said that for 20 years, and now we have one. And we've also said that we have free shipping, and we haven't broken that promise. And every company on the planet has never had free shipping on auto ship. And if Amazon.com even gets close to it, what do? They charge you $100 a year, which is $10 a month for free shipping. We're charging you $50 a year. And what do? You get free shipping. And then on top of that, you get yourself a website. And on top of that, you get a Longevity Go-To app. On top of that, you get me loving you until you can love yourself, all for $50 a year. So you tell me it's not worth $50 a year, and I will eat your hat. It's that simple. I promise you it's worth $50 and more. And just get over it. I mean, once you get into the conversation called, guess what? Every year, I got you, Pamela. Every year it's $50, no matter what. That's it. That's it, $50. They're going to say, okay, got it. What does that include? Free shipping on auto ship. Holy mackerel, that sounds awesome. What else? Get a free website. Holy smokes. And you get this Longevity Go-To app. Are you kidding me? What does it do? Everything. And how much does that cost each month? Nothing. Why? Because you paid the $50. What? You're kidding me. I work at XYZ. They charge for everything. They charge for air at that company. Are you kidding me? All this for $50 and more, and you get to be Tom's friend? I'm in. Count me in. I don't even care about anything else. I'm in. That's what they're going to say because you put value on it. You made it worth something. Like this deal with Wallach tonight. Dr. Wallach live tonight where you're all going to go on there. And if you haven't gone on there, put that website up, Pamela, you beautiful thing, right after you say what you wanted to say, which is what? Boom.
Boom. Okay, actually, I have something that Colleen wants to say. So hang on just a moment. I'm going to put Colleen on the spot. So come here, girlfriend, and tell us what your perception was about the new fee and what it meant to you.
Well, the thing of it is, when Keith and I started with this company, we barely had anything. You know, we were in rough shape financially more than just health-wise. But we have been saving so much more by not going to the doctors as much, or having to run to the ER as much. And let me tell you, it was almost a monthly thing with our daughter to go to the ER. So this $50 is, you know, it's chump change as far as I'm concerned compared to all those other fees. So.
Are those glasses new?
No, I'm on my way to get other glasses, but these are.
And how much were the other glasses?
They were $69. Well, no, they're more than that because I had to get special prescriptions. But
okay, how much all day were they?
Probably like 113.
Okay, are they going to make you see better?
Yes.
Are they worth the $116? Yes.
Oh, without doubt.
That's the same thing with all of this garbage. Stop thinking you're going to be able to see better, everybody. That's that simple. Does that make sense to you? You gotta, it's what's worth it. And nothing makes me crazy. Marianne, did you tell Ginny about this call? I don't see her. Did you actually tell her about this?
I sent her a text. I'll give her a call too. I told her, I sent her an email about getting on yesterday. I'll call her right now. Put your head up.
Okay, thank you. You guys, this is what she's got a brand new lady. This lady's hair is on fire more than mine. You only need 9 people across your top line to be rich. You've got one of those 9 people that you can put on this call and get rich with. And we sent them an email yesterday, and maybe she kind of hedged that. A text today. You guys, get in your car and go to their house. Go to their house and say, where's your computer? I'm telling you. So I met this Jenny, she's got a rotary cell phone. She's got on these earrings the size of, she had earrings on that looked like Peggy Gleason's $5,000 earrings. She had on this beautiful dress. She had her hair all done. She had her makeup perfect. I'm thinking this woman is all of it in a bag of chips. I said, you got to call me sometime. She holds up her phone, and it's a rotary dial, a cell phone with one of those battery packs like from 1982. And I go, what is that? She said, it's my cell phone. And I said, what the heck are you doing? She said, my husband says all the phones are the same, so I have this phone. I said, go get your husband. I swear, I just met him. Hugo, I love you. I just met this guy. And so he walks across the room. We're at a Chamber of Commerce thing, and this guy's this highfalutin former business owner that's a CPA that's so tightly wound it's unbelievable, and he walks over and gives me the look like I'm hitting on his wife. I said, no, I am not. I want to know what on earth you're doing having her. You let her, you guys bought those beautiful earrings, you got the great hairdo, you got the great hair, and those are the business. I'll wear a gunny sack if I've got a good phone, because my whole business is on my phone. And people ask me all the time, why do I carry 2 cell phones? Why do you think that is, Peggy Gleason? 2 ears. So anyway, you guys, I want you to have the best phone that your money will buy you. I promise you. Because technology is moving so quickly. Zoom, Facebook Live, contact mapping, all those things. So Adrian, do you have time to try to even explain a little contact mapping to these people? Because Fred Van Loo, is he even on here? Hugo, hello, Hugo. Hello, Hugo.
This may be the most interesting contact mapping intro of all time. So we're just gonna have to see how this goes, and you can swoop in and rescue me. But where do you want to start from? Do you want to start more concept? Do you want to start at the app? What's the piece of the puzzle that you want to?
People are confused on how to start. I'm telling you, I am now convinced that getting started in contact mapping in life, in the Longevity Go-To app, is the toughest part. And I cannot believe that little boy has me mesmerized. I can't even talk to you. So it's so funny. So go ahead and tell me a story. Tell these people what the heck to do to get the ball rolling. It is life changing. I have got impeccable follow-up because of the contact mapping app. It is unbelievable. Adrian and I are doing a gigantic Zoom tomorrow for all of Ray Higdon's Rank Maker A-Team. We have got endorsement from Higdon. We've got endorsement from Garrett McGrath from the ANMP. We've got endorsement from Fraser Brooks. I am embarrassed that my core team, you people, are still paralyzed on how to start. It's making me crazy because I want you guys to, I'm Pamela Schwartz, your life's about to change. I haven't even told you about this yet. I want you all to be literal contact mapping certified trainers. Because all of you go, what do I do? Look at my hair, it's terrible. What do I do? What do you do for a living? And I walk up to people, I go, I'm a trainer. And they go, trainer of what? And I go, contact mapping. And they go, what's contact mapping? I said, this is how you absolutely keep track of your contacts in your real estate business, in your restaurant, in your anything you're doing. And they go, what does that mean? Well, take a look at this. Take a look at my phone. I am the king of contact mapping. I am the king of follow-up. I am the king of enrollment. Why? Because I keep track and everybody is exactly where they're supposed to be in the process. Yesterday, a guy, I told this on the radio show just now, I'm meeting with Dr. James Roush. He's one of the most famous doctors on the planet. And out of his mouth came, you know what I do to stay cold? I try to get cold every morning. And I go, really? What is that? How do you stay cold? Do you take a cold shower or something? He goes, yeah, I do that a lot, but most of the time I just go run 3 miles in the nude. Who runs 3 miles in the nude? You don't think you're going to find that on Facebook. I found it in his contact map. So I contact map that. Next time I see him, that will be the conversation opener with whomever I'm with. Why? Because that's something that I know that no one else knows, plus you 60 people. That's it. So Adrian, take it away.
All right, here we go. So here, I think he's right that where we get stuck is this is not the first time that any of you guys have heard about contact mapping, of course. But there's a lot of people that are here on the call that haven't done it yet. And one of two things is true. Either you're lying to us and telling us you think it's a good idea and you don't really think it's a good idea, which I don't think is true. Or what I think is really going on is that you know it's a good idea, but somehow you're stuck between knowing what a good idea it is, knowing how well it worked for Tom Chenault in creating his life, and yet you somehow get stuck between there and getting into action. And Hugo he just makes him cry when you do that, because he's just like, why would you do that? So we're just gonna have to see how this goes. So I love you guys, and hopefully the cuteness outweighs the background noise. So here's what I want you to try on for size, because I met with Kayla Lira. I don't know if Kayla's on here or not. I don't think she's here, but I met with Kayla Lira, who's part of the San Antonio team, and she actually moved out here to Colorado in large part because she wanted to come and get closer connected to this team out here. And she came by yesterday, and she's like probably a lot of you guys, where she got started on contact mapping. She maybe took a look at it during the beta period when it was free, and then she didn't get going. And she came by yesterday talking about, how do I build this thing and where do I go? And we got into this great discussion. And here's what I encouraged her to do, and I'm going to encourage you guys to do, and I'm going to show you how to do it in a second. So raise your hand. I can see all of you who've got your video on. So raise your hand if somewhere or somewheres, because a lot of times it's more than one place and it's all over the place. Raise your hand if you have your list, like the proverbial network marketing list of people that you want to contact, should contact, have contacted, have thrown up on, through Product Adam, whatever you did. Raise your hand if you have that list somewhere, somehow. Okay, all of us, right? So we've all got our list. And here's the problem. That list sits there. That list doesn't bark at you. That list doesn't tell you to do it when you don't feel like it. That list doesn't tell you to call me because I really miss you and I hear from you. That list doesn't do anything other than sit there and collect dust for most of you. Or some of you, you're using it, but it's still not working for you. You're working for it, because you have to be the discipline. You have to be the one to make it happen. So what Kayla and I went through yesterday is we went and looked at her list. And what we agreed on is that the way that we're going to get her into action, the way she knows she needs to be, the way she knows she wants to be, but the way that we all struggle to actually make happen, is that she is going to bring that list alive by putting the whole thing into contact mapping, not in the form of notes, which is too intimidating and would take too long to do in one sitting, but in the form of follow-ups. So what she is going to do is, she's got a list of 100 people, and her homework yesterday was to go home and decide if it's going to be one person or two people or three people per day on top of any new contacts that she's making. And she is going to prioritize those people into the most important to contact first, middle, and bottom. And then she's going to put however many of those per day into the app as a follow-up, so that she actually sets her intention, and each day that next phase of her list is going to pop up there and say, Kayla, today's the day that you are going to call Peggy Gleason and James Earl Moore and Jen Norland, or whoever it is. And so what that's going to do is, I think what happens is we get a burst of energy, we get off the 65 days and wake up call, we're all inspired, and we go, well, I'm going to contact map everybody. And we do it for a day, and then life happens and life gets hard and all the stuff that happens. And it's exact, it's no different than 65 days and a wake up, right? We don't do it because it takes some discipline and it's hard. But what this thing will do for you is it's going to give you that extra boost of accountability, and it's going to help you along your way. So what you're going to do, and I'm now going to put this thing up on the screen. That is so funny. Hugo flung milk at my.
Can I tell them how much those people are paying tomorrow night for you to do this very same thing?
Yes.
So you guys, tomorrow night, there are a lot of people paying $97 a piece for Adrian to do this seminar right now. They're paying $97 a piece. They are network marketers from all over the world inside of Rank Makers. It's a special deal for that top earner, top whatever that is, TEAL. And they all are paying giant money for what we give you guys for free. And the reason that I'm telling you this is you've been our focus group and you are our number one dream team. And tomorrow afternoon, Adrian and I, for the next 4 weeks, are doing the first week is interview. The second week is document. The third week is follow up. And the fourth week is enroll. Are on the edges of their seats because they want what you guys have been getting driven down your throat forever. They can't even believe it. Higdon did a special video for it, but it's on me. It's on. I think you guys would pay $97 for the training faster than you're going to pay $10 a month, just because that's the way people are wired, and that's insanity. Because we give you online, ongoing training, and I've told you before, I don't care about the $10. I love you guys. I'm doing this with you out of love for my focus group and my tribe, which is you. And everybody talks about, I listen to all the hot shots of longevity and the market and they all talk about all these leaders. I don't care about the leaders. I care about the infantry. I care about each and every one of you at a level that you'll never believe, because I believe that if you control the infantry, you control the army, and you control them by loving them and being with them in the foxhole. So you're not really controlling them, you're with them. So I don't even like the word I said right then when I said control. I am telling you guys, I am in this with you to win this with you. And I will do anything to get you there from here. And what I want you to do is what I did to get what I got. I know you can get what I got by doing what I did. I've watched Esther go through 65 days in a wake up. It's making me cry, the relationship she's got with people all over the world, from riding the bus to and from that job. She's got 2 master's degrees, smart girl. She's smart enough to understand relationships mean everything. Down in Australia, Zvana and Lisa, unbelievable. They're just graduating. Watching people go through 65 days in a wake up literally makes me cry. Literally makes me cry. And the people that Peggy Gleason has become, the people that obviously Pamela Schwartz has become, those of you that have been through it, I am telling you, it is life-changing, and you will be a better person for all your friends and everything else on the other side of it. Adrian, did you catch your breath?
The intern may have tripped over my cord and knocked everything offline. So we are working on that part for just a minute. So
intern. Okay.
Tell some jokes.
All right. So I'm going back to me while he's working on getting this thing done. So, and I foisted this upon Adrian. Fred Van Loo said, I don't understand how to get started here. So I called Adrian and said, I want to do contact mapping tonight and tell people why the value of it is so big. Is there anybody using it that wants to even say anything, like a testimonial, a short testimonial of what it's done for you? And 65 days in a wake up, for that matter, because 2 of them, they're very important, both of them. And I think that they go hand in hand, but I'll tell you, it's just unbelievable. So raise your hand, or if you want to.
Hanny's got a hand raised. You want Hanny?
Yeah, Hanny's there. Go, Hanny.
Right, where's Hanny? Where are you, Hanny? Trying to find you again. Oh, now I can't find her.
Hello?
Is that the Chris
There you
case?
are.
Chris,
Good.
I didn't know that was the Chris case on here. I saw Chris Case's name on here. I saw Jenny's name on here. And I'm literally weeping with Chris Case's name. I love this guy. He's from Wichita, Kansas. One of the best guys you're ever going to meet in your life. I did not know that was the Chris Case. But Chris, good on you. Shout out to you. You are a rock star, and the world needs to know more about who you are and what you've been for all of us. You are literally one of the most incredible guys I know. Ginny, everybody, you're going to meet her in a minute. I'm going to bring her on screen. This woman is incredible too. Chase me down. Incredible, incredible woman. So go ahead, Hanny Sai, talk to us, baby cakes. How's my little rock star?
Hello. Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Everyone. Thank you. So excited. Why am I on it?
Because we want to know what you think about contact mapping, and we want to know what you think about 65 days in a wake up and what it did for you in your life, you little 24-hour-a-day worker.
Yes, and that's what exactly. It is very useful for being a 24-hour worker.
Right.
Because you meet a lot of people, and you, from one job place to the next job place, you meet a lot of people, and you can mix up things. Without the contact mapping, I wouldn't know who's the important ones, the non-important ones, or the ones that will just come in 3 years and 4 years, and I can bump into anybody in the corner. But the most important thing of the contact mapping is there's always chaos in our life, especially with double jobs. It makes you organized in a system within a system of how you make your life easy, how it makes our life easy on the day-to-day. It makes it more organized for you, so that your day, it'll remind you. You cannot even miss it, because the day will just go by without even you knowing. You didn't even have a cup of coffee. Or just today, I worked last night, I'm like dozing on and off, but then you will like get disoriented, whether it's a daytime or nighttime. But contact mapping is not gonna fail you. It's right there. It's right there. It's just gonna tell you when to follow up with the people that you've already put in there. 65 and a wake up. Oh no, that is really a life changer, a game changer for me. 65 and a wake up. It's unbelievable for me. I really felt the value of connecting and keeping in relationships to the next level, because what I did as a nurse, you tend to like reach out to a lot of people, your patients, anybody that you have in contact with. But 65 and a wake up made me like not really, there's no discrimination. Whoever you meet, whether the two in a day and 1 3-way, really made you like, okay, you're not gonna miss a thing. Whether it's a 24, whether it's 12 a.m. here and it's 12 noon back home in the Philippines, you're not gonna miss a thing to put it there. But the lessons that I got from 65 in a wake up is the consistency of the reaching out to people and making it more closer to home, because that's how you feel about human beings. It's more of not just being a nurse, that you know how to care for them, and you're adding more heart to your heart, because that's the way you reach out to people. So I don't know.
So I'm going to talk about you a little bit, and I don't have permission. You don't have permission to get mad at me, but you guys she talked about discipline, and she talked about commitment. And what she didn't tell you is that she works a full-time job as a nurse. Then she works as a full-time job at a nonprofit. Then she goes and works on her longevity business all over the world with an attitude like you've never seen before. And on top of that, this 65 days in the wake up is a 65-day run that at the end of 65 day, on the 66th day, you've developed a habit, and I will give you a ticket to GoPro or whatever it is if you've just done 2 interviews a day and 1 3-way call for that 66 days, because I know you're going to develop the habit like me, and you're going to interview everybody, and you're going to stop looking at people as a prospect, and you're going to look at them like human beings. You are going to document it, and it's going to be unbelievable. What you don't know about Hanny is she made that 66-day commitment. And she was so dead serious about it that her husband passed away in the middle of the 66 days during the run. And even though I didn't even want her to, her word and her constant contact belief in who she is, she continued the run inside of the passing of her husband. And I, Tom Chenault, will never forget that, because it just is, it's still so remarkable to me. It's unbelievable. And I love you, Hanny Sai, and I am a fan at a level you'll never believe.
Thank you.
Thank you. So,
I don't know what to say.
you
That's
said it right there, sweetheart.
yeah.
I love you. You guys, if it's worth it, you'll bust through anything. If it's worth it, you'll do what it takes. It's got, when I got into Alcoholics Anonymous, I had to do what it took. When I got into multi-level marketing, I had to do what it took. When I lost this 50 pounds, I had to do what it took. I didn't have any other choice. I had to do what it took. And when you start making that commitment that you're going to do what it takes, you're going to do what it takes. It's that simple. Adrian, are you free?
I'm good. Hanny, you're amazing. So love you, and thank you for sharing that. So this is your quick start guide. And like I said, it's all about getting you into to set your intention, and then to have contact mapping help you follow through on that intention. Because what we all need in order to get results is for our actions to follow our intentions. Our intentions are all good. We all get inspired. We all, we've got great leaders to learn from, great trainers to learn from. But if the action doesn't follow, then we're not going to get the results that we're looking for, right? And so you've got your list, however long that list is, and I want you to gather together that list and get it into one place. And what I want you to do is just keep it really, really simple. You can put it in you can put it in 2 categories or 3 categories. So you can put it in either high priority, low priority, or high, medium, low, whichever one you want. But don't make it any more hard on yourself than that. And so you're going to grab those categories, and then you're going to make a decision today about how many people you are going to contact out of that list per day. And contacting out of that list, it doesn't have to be anything more crazy or intense than, sorry guys, but it doesn't have to be anything more intense than reaching out and just saying, hey, how are you doing? And seeing where that conversation goes from there. Hugo, don't step on that, please, buddy. It doesn't have to be anything more crazy or intense than just reaching out and saying, hey, it's been too long, how are you doing? Or whatever it is based on that relationship. But all you're doing is using this tool to start opening some conversations up, and letting the coffee shop interview, and letting caring about people, and letting the asking of questions lead the right conversations to where they need to go, without having to worry about having an agenda, without having to worry about any of that stuff. So you've got your list. You're going to go through the high potential ones first. You've made your decision about how many of those per day you're going to do. And I'm going to show you how easy it is to do this in the app. And all you're going to do is you're going to block out, maybe depending on the size of your list, an hour, maybe 2 hours at the most on a Saturday or whatever it is. And you just got to do this once to get your people into your system. And once you've got them in there, now you're set. And now the discipline of what the app does for you can take over. So I'm going to get my phone up here on the screen. Give it just a second.
Hang on 1 second, Adrian. Oh, never mind. Can't do it.
You ready for me, Pamela?
Go ahead. I can't do it with the on-screen share. I was going to make sure that we mute with everybody new that comes in so that I don't have to.
Okay. I just took the share off for a minute if you want.
Hang on 1 second. Thank you. Okay, you're good to go now, hon. Just unmute yourself.
Sorry, I was talking to the intern. All right, so let's get this back up here. And what a blessing to be able to have him hang out with me while I'm talking with you guys, but I nonetheless appreciate that it might be less of a blessing for you than it is for me. So thank you for rolling with the punches with me here. But okay, so here we go. So you've got the app here up on the screen, and what you're going to do is you're going to literally go through that list, and chances are the majority of the people that are on your list are in your phone as contacts. If they're not, then you can create them as a contact. But right down there in the bottom right hand of the screen, you've got that little plus button, and when you tap on that plus button, what that's going to give you is this little trigger, and you're going to hit that new follow-up, and your contacts are going to be listed right there. And so all you're going to do is search by name for each one of those people. So let's say Jan, and that person's name's going to pop up. You're going to tap on their name, and you're going to set them by the date. And so you're just going to work through it, and you're going to go one by one. So you're going to be setting custom dates for most of these, right? So you're going to go, okay, today's March 19th. So the first one I'm going to do is for March 20th, and I'm going to set my 2 for March 20th, and I'm going to hit confirm, and I'm going to hit done. And it's as simple as that. So each one of those things is going to take you like 5 seconds. And so after you get the hang of this thing, 5-10 seconds, let's say it's 10 seconds. So if it's 100 people, it's 1,000 seconds, and you could do it in about 20-30 minutes once you get the hang of doing this. And you're just walking yourself down your list of what day you are out into the future. And now you've got your 2 people that are going to start popping up for you every single day, just like what you can see right here on the screen. And so it's going to say, Adrian, you've got a follow-up due today with Jim and Michael. Don't you want to get on top of that? And you can set what time you want that follow-up to come in the morning. So the default is for it to come at 8 in the morning, but you can have it come at whatever time you want. So you can decide this is my time of day when I want those to pop up, and I'm going to take action on making these outreaches in my business. And these are going to stay here until you finish them. And so once you're done with them, you're going to mark it as done. And when you mark it as done, it's going to pop up and say, what did you talk about with Jim Halpert or with whoever it was that you talked about? And you're going to put in there not only what you talked to them about this time, but I want you to actually map a little bit about that contact and what you know about them in general and why you care about them, because that way you're going to have those people mapped. So I'm going to take a quick break and let Tom talk more about the power of that for 1 second here.
Okay, anybody else got any feedback that they want to throw up? It's exciting. So I am telling you what he's talking about. Anything that is worth having, anything worth having in life is worth doing the work to have it. And this app is set up to make you feel smart. It's supposed to make you feel good, and it's supposed to make you feel unbelievably efficient. And that's our goal here. And I want you to think about where your life was before contact mapping, which for most of you is where it is right now. And you're this wandering generality. So you're all saying, I'm going to start following up. I'm going to do this tomorrow. I'm going to do this one of these days. But then all of a sudden, every morning you're waking up on overwhelm. I've got a stack of business cards in my office this high that I've been wanting to figure out what to do with forever. And those are the people that I have no idea who they are. I just have their cards. I can't remember how I met them. And that's been over the years, but that bothers me deeply. And I'm not going to put them in my phone until I know who they are. And I have a system for even doing that now. So I'm actually populating my list all the time, but it gets more and more and better and better. And I want that for each and every one of you at a major league level. And I know you can do it. This is what we're training tomorrow night. It is going to be bad to the bone, and I don't want anybody to have an advantage over you. So that's why Adrian's doing this. Are you back, Adrian?
Yes, for now. So let me get this back up here, and I want to kind of walk.
Don't, it's 99% verbally. If it were manually, I wouldn't do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
and so that's what we're going to actually look at right now. So I'm going to give you example of what this looks like, right? So it popped up today. I reached out to whoever it was on my list and started the conversation about how it's going. And we ended up talking and catching up on the phone or texting back and forth or whatever it was. But I lay the groundwork for what's going on. And so when I finish that, I'm going to do two things, since this is the first time that I'm actually mapping this person, is I'm getting myself up to speed. So I talked to Jim today for the first time in a few months period. Seems like things are not going quite as well at the job as they were the last time we talked, period. He seems frustrated with his boss, comma, and really working a lot of hours, period. New line, new line. His wife's name is Pam, period. They have 2 kids, period. They live in Scranton, Pennsylvania, period. He went to college at Penn State, period. He was a big basketball fan, period. So I just did 2 things in under 30 seconds, right? I was able to fill in the pieces about what, oh, that's weird that it did that. Who knows? It's, I think it's because I'm trying to do it on the screencast that it doubled that up. But so in a matter of 30 seconds or less, I was able to brain dump out of my head what is going on with that person and what we talked about in this moment. But I'm also using that to get out of my head and into the app the things that I want to make sure that I always remember and I'm always able to pull back up about that person in the moment. So I want to remember the name of their spouse. I want to remember the, names of kids, what the, the details about all these things, because those all can come back and prove to be valuable. And so you're using this as the opportunity to just 2 a day or however many a day you decide to get those into the app. And so as you do that, as soon as I say I'm done and I click that little check mark in the top right corner on my note, it says, when's your next touch point? And so based on that conversation, I'm now ready to say, this is the next time that I want to follow up with that person. And so depending on the conversation, it might be that it's time for me to follow up just in another week, or it might be that that's more of a keep it warm conversation and it's going to be a month or 3 months or even a year. But every person is getting a touch point now, and you spread that out over a meaningful period of time so that it's manageable for you. And then you're just setting your next touch point based on what happened inside of that conversation. And you're deciding what you want to follow up about, if that's something that you need to do. So let's say maybe I needed to send a sample. I could put that there so that I make sure that I remember what it is that I'm supposed to do. And I can pick any of these timelines that I want, or I can go and pick a custom date if there's something specific that I need to follow up with them on. But all of this is something that you can build into your daily operating rhythm in your business. You can make that probably 1 hour investment is all it really is, 2 hours at the most, to get yourself up and running. And I know you can do that. And as soon as you've done that, you now have this infrastructure that allows you to be able to set these follow-ups and make sure that you are staying on top and that you know what to do in your business on a daily basis, that you're actually working that list instead of having it sit there and do real good in terms of generating business. So getting started is really as simple as that. And if you haven't had exposure to contact mapping before, if you haven't actually played around with this, or if you haven't seen how it works, as you can see just in this moment and then in this little demo, it's really simple. But even if you want any help, all you need to do, so number one, you get 30 days free. So you're going to have a period of time to really get inside of this thing and play around with it and experience it for yourself. But there's a set of videos that we're going to send you in an email that's going to show you every step of the way what you need to do and how it all works. And so you're going to have that there for you to refer back to and to see how everything works. But it is so much easier than I think you have it in your head to get this thing going, that the reasons that have stopped you up until now, they don't need to stop you anymore, because we're going to get you unblocked. I promise you that. And so what I want you to do is, number one, I want you to go to contactmapping.com. And on contactmapping.com, you're going to be able to create that account and sign up for a free trial. And just so you know, it'll take your credit card up front, but it won't charge you for 30 days. And if you want to cancel for any reason, if you forget and you decided it didn't work for you, which I can't imagine you're going to do, but if anything like that happens, we do not want you to stay our customer because you forgot to cancel the charge, right? We want you to we want this to be lighting your business on fire. So we're not interested in that sort of a thing. So just get on there, start that free trial, and really take this as that opportunity to be able to make the investment into yourself of getting your list alive, humming, and working for you by having this thing remind you, and you wake up and start your day knowing who you're supposed to call. That's going to be game changing for you. It really, really is. Because if you think, and just stop and reflect on this right now, how much are you actively working that list? For almost all of us, we're not actively working that list. We're maybe putting some people on it. We glance at it here and then, but it is not part of our daily operating rhythm. This is going to put it into your daily operating rhythm in a way that is going to change things for you. And Jill just talked a little bit about wanting to be able to see it on her iPhone or her iPad in addition to her iPhone. I totally hear that. That's something that we are trying to figure out exactly how we go about building a web version, so that when you're trying to do kind of bigger work or more work all at once, that you're able to do that there. So I don't know when, but that's something that's coming. But I can tell you with 100% conviction that this is going to be the thing that allows you to turn on the level of activity that you decide for yourself is what you can do within your life. But it's going to help you to stay on track with building on a daily basis, which is so much the foundation of long-term success here. And so I'm really excited about it. And the other thing I'm going to put in here right now is my email address. And if you have questions, if you need help, if we can support you and you're not finding what you need just through the tutorials and all that kind of stuff, which are really robust. There's tutorials, there's a frequently asked questions, there's a lot of great stuff. So most of the answers are going to be there for you. But if you get stuck or if you want a little bit of hand holding, what I want you to do is shoot me that email and we're going to help you, because we are committed. The point of this is that we are so committed to your success, and that's what drives us. That's what gets us excited about this. It's not about us, it's about you. So I'm going to turn off the screen share, and we can cover any other pieces of this that you want. But we are all in for you and with you.
Okay, so I know what you're thinking. You're thinking it's 5:15, and that means what? It's almost one of the misfits here just said it's Tuesday night burger time, because I've got so that's true. What else is tonight, anybody?
Let's call somebody.
LCS, let's call somebody.
LCS.
So let's call somebody is like this, everybody. This is one of the funner things you'll ever do in your life. I look at my phone and I scroll across for a follow-up that might be a prospect. So here I see Howard Griffith. Anybody ever heard of Howard Griffith? So Howard Griffith was the fullback that was playing behind that was playing for the Denver Broncos, and he won 3 Super Bowl rings with the Denver Broncos. And he is a great guy. I met him in downtown Denver. We were both walking up and down the street on a late, cold night giving money to homeless people, and we ran across each other. And he has become my friend. So a couple of days ago, he called me for no reason. I don't know. And I talked to him for a minute. And what I'm going to do is he is in charge of Big Ten football. He played at the University of Illinois. He's got 2 small kids. One of them is named Houston Kyle, and Houston Kyle is now a junior at the University of Notre Dame, and he will be a first-round draft choice when he graduates. He's that good. So if you guys look up Houston Kyle Griffith, you will see that he is a very, very good football player, the best guy on the Notre Dame team. His youngest son, Howard, is just graduating from high school. His wife, Kim, was an Arbonne distributor, and she is now out of that and doing interior design. That all came out of my initial conversation before we got hijacked. So now I'll call Howard, and it's highly unlikely Howard's a candidate for network marketing, correct? Would you guys have to agree with that? He's obviously making a ton of money, and he probably doesn't have that in his brain. So why would we call him if he's not a prospect? Because I have him mapped to within an inch of his life. And I promise you, he's going to know somebody that needs me. So I'm going to ask him for referrals. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. Everybody you know knows somebody. You see that? You see that misfit right there? That misfit right there. Wave, John. Looks like a misfit, man. He looks like a misfit. You know, he's a misfit. But you know what? So he's sitting down at McDonald's. He gets up at McDonald's every morning, goes down there with a bunch of other guys. They all split an Egg McMuffin about 8 ways and a cup of coffee 3 ways. And one of these days, somebody's going to walk in the door that's a network marketer. And that guy's going to, and these guys are going to talk to that guy. And that guy's going to look up and go, do you know any really big network marketers? I'm in Longmont. I'm here giving a speech. And John's going to go, I know one. And the guy's going to go, who? He's going to say, Tom Chenault. You need to call him. And he's going to do that because even John knows somebody that's big in network marketing. And John, right there, is one of my, so wave at him again, is one of my best bird dogs. Why? Because I look past nobody. Everybody's worth it. Everybody's a human being. And on top of that, everybody knows somebody. And whether you like it or not, man, you never walk past. Everybody is worthy. That's exactly right. So now we're calling Howard Griffith. And we'll see if he picks up the phone. Because I want to teach you how to ask for referrals. Adrian will tell you, I am afraid of no one on the phone.
Tom Chenault.
Howie, how are you, buddy?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Never better. I'm building a new house, man. You should have Kim send us a business card if she's doing all that interior design stuff. Maybe we can buy something.
Shit.
You know how I want to send you referrals for everything you're doing, Howard.
You're out of your mind.
I looked up your little.
Man, how are you?
I looked up your little boy. He is very, very big time. That's exciting, man.
Good time.
So how are you going to make me some money?
Let's see. It depends. Actually, I was just having a conversation. I want a dang cigar bar.
You want a what?
Lounge. A cigar bar lounge.
You want to buy one? You want to sell one? You want to franchise one? You want me to find somebody to help you with one? What?
I want to buy one. No, I want to set one up.
Where?
South Loop, Chicago.
Well, okay, that's beautiful. So how the hell can I help you with that?
I mean, you just said making money. I mean, that's how I think that the problem, they're popping up everywhere.
Yeah.
One of the things that people can't do though is they can't get liquor license.
Yep.
Well, I'm tied into that part of it.
Okay, good.
So I can, I'm probably 95% sure I'll be able to get a liquor license.
Okay, so you want.
This is the judge calling me. He's going to tell me how to get it. So I'm going to call you right back.
All right. Okay, that's it. That's okay right there. Okay, so you guys can tell he's a deal guy. He wants to open a cigar shop. He's going to call me back. I'm not going to take his call. But when he does call me back, I'm going to say, good, who do you know in multi-level marketing? This guy has sent me more people to call in Chicago. He always forgets, and then he feels bad, and I go, good, I'll help you out. Find me 5 people to call for network marketing in Chicago. I'll come out there. I'll take you out to dinner. We will talk to him, and I won't embarrass you. That's what I say to literally every big shot I know. And you guys can do that. Everybody is trying to be connected with everybody. Marianne does not know this yet. James does not know this yet. John the Misfit does not know this yet. But we're going to start doing a meetup here at this office once a week, where we're going to start creating that right here. Rick Manelius, the kid from MIT, goes, why do we have all this space here and not use it for a meetup? You're using it for longevity. You're using it for a homeless center. Why don't we do a meetup there with this, what's that one business connection thing, which is like BNI, and we can have people come to the mousetrap. And I said, that sounds like a winner, chicken dinner. So we're going to do that. So you guys, all I constantly worry about and work on is connection, 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 connection. Can you do that? And then you map people and get your agenda out of there. Little Jen Norland, this woman's she's got a degree. I mean, you've never met anybody smarter than Jen Norland who's on here. She is a genius. Ginny is the wonderful Ginny that we keep talking about, that's on the screen right there in the bottom left-hand corner. Marianne's yawning in my top right-hand corner. It's very, very cute. It's like a stereo. I'm boring you to death, Marianne. But the point I make is, Ginny, I met her. She's the one that I met at the Chamber of Commerce meeting with the antiquated cell phone. And the person, put her on the microphone. How are you, Ginny?
I'm great, Tom. How are you?
Did I terrorize your husband enough?
Oh my goodness. Yeah, he's still terrorized of you.
So Ginny's so accomplished, it's unbelievable, you guys. She owned a big business in Boulder, Colorado for many, many years, her and her husband. And now her son has a tremendous digital marketing company down in Denver, one of the top places in Colorado to work, as stated by a magazine, one of the 100 best places to work. The son's as cute as a button. Her daughter's in New York City. Getting a little bit up there, poor Ginny here, and trying to figure out some meaning in her life. She doesn't want to spend all that money. She wants to live life and have fun and have friends and be connected. And so she told her husband, I'm going to really, really step it up in the city of Longmont and make a difference. Going to work with some nonprofits, going to work with some people. So a guy named Jim Lighton in another network marketing company called up Ginny and said, I'll take you to some meeting. I'll introduce you to some people. One of the people Ginny was going to meet was me. So I met her, told her about Marianne being all involved with the Chamber of Commerce and all that jazz. And that all turned into this and that and the other thing. And then now we got Ginny on here, and we're going to get her into 65 days in a wake up. We're going to teach her how to contact map people. And this woman is going to change the world. How about that? Is that true, Ginny?
Yep, that's true. Yep, we're going to do it, Tom. We're taking over. Watch out.
Yeah, and that's exactly right. And it's fun, right?
Oh, I love it. Yeah.
And how do you like your new phone?
Oh, I love it. I got contact mapping on here right now.
So, was it funny enough when I told your husband, here, look how beautiful she is. And that night she had all this jewelry on and she looked like Princess Diana. And I said, sell all that stuff and buy a phone that can do some business. And the husband walks over and goes, Tom, you're full of Ebola. Her phone works just fine. I go, no, it doesn't. They were at the phone store the next day, and all of a sudden this woman became coachable, and now she's cooking with gas, just exactly like every one of you guys. In the loop. Is that cool enough? So that's it, you guys. That's it. What is Ginny? Why is she like so perfect? She's connected. Why is she perfect? She's coachable. Why is she perfect? She's got a gigantic why. That's every one of you. All you have to do is interview somebody to the point that you find out what pops their eyes open at 2 o'clock in the morning, and you start realizing that you're going to help them hit their dream. That's all this is, over and over and over again. Falling in love with people at the absolute deepest possible level. This whole soundbite, Facebook, Eric Worre and Angel Fletcher, two huge network marketers, announced today that they're leaving Facebook and joining this thing called MeWe. And I have no idea why. I went and joined it today, so now I'm in there. I don't have any profile or anything, and it's trying to populate my 18,000 contacts as we speak in the background right now to find out which ones are already in MeWe, so I'm actually instantly in there. But what I'm trying to tell you, Facebook this morning, they announced over at MySpace that MySpace was now a dinosaur. They aren't going to have all those things in your MySpace account anymore. So that's gone. That data is gone. So then you got Facebook having all these problems two huge executives at Facebook, after Facebook announced that they're going to go more toward private messaging, two really big people at Facebook resigned to go do something else. And what that tells me for all of you, that your social networks that you think that are here forever aren't. They aren't. They're gone. And if you don't have if you think your contacts and all your stuff are safe in Facebook, you are deluding yourself. And I am begging you to use contact mapping, where your most important things that you own, which are your contacts, are locked into the the contact mapping vault. Does that make sense? Your contacts are safe with us. We have them locked down for the long term. And so your database, what happens if you leave longevity tomorrow and you had your whole organization in your back office and all of a sudden you're gone and they say, okay, you're locked out of your back office. What happens to you? Everywhere you go, all your contacts are only as good as the place that they're landing, whether that's Salesforce.com, any one of those things. I am telling all of you, your greatest asset is your database, and protect it with your life. I hope that was said well and said loud. Oh yeah, I'm looking at all this. Yeah, well, Kate Carpenter, that's easy. That's, your whole MailChimp thing. That MailChimp is, you're going to actually, in contact mapping, MailChimp's fine. MailChimp is a very good email program. Contact mapping is not a CRM like MailChimp. It is a relationship development system. I don't care about anything except you guys being better human beings. All of you. That's it. I want you to all become Esther Irie. I watch her. It makes me cry. This woman wouldn't talk to anybody when I met her. Now she talks to everybody, and she also documents. And of that, I am quite proud. So, all right, it's 5:28. It's Misfit Hamburger time. Anybody got anything else they want me to bring up? Anybody? All right. I love you all with all of my heart. Next week, I think we might talk about the Longevity Go-To app the same way, because I think this thing had some power. And I think a few of you aren't using that thing because you're intimidated by it too. And I'm not going to let that happen. So that's that simple. It's called, that was it, Rosebud. Mewe.com. MEWE. That's it. Yep. Anybody else got any questions? All right. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. I know you can do this, Jen. I know you can do this, Jenny. I know you can do it. You're doing it, Rock. I want to talk to you, Rock. Call me. Denise, I love you. Robert Estes, I love you. Becky McCauley, where were you Saturday? Are you coming down here tonight? I'm upset about that. I love you. I want to see you. I want to help you build your business. Jill, you are a rock star. Linda McCormick, I saw your cute husband in the background. He is adorable. Thank you. Nancy Maudlin, thank you. Every one of you guys. Diana, Kate Carpenter, Australia, Lanny Sharp, you're beautiful. All my little San Antonio people, the greatest. Luann, Jean, Joan, Sherry Bowles, Dwight, all you people, you rock. Do not get caught. Vincent Cunningham, I did not mean to ignore you. Barbara Stallings, Rhonda Coons, my little chat box was over the top of your picture. Jan Kennedy, I love you. Rosebud, Bobby Knight. Here's the deal. Do not let any of that crazy $50 thing even rent any space in your head. Go work a lot harder, make another $50, do whatever you can, but don't let that stop you. Look at what that $50 buys. It buys you the websites that you have, that recurring. It buys you free shipping. It buys you the Longevity Go-To app. It buys you a deep friendship with me. Do not think about that $50 Longevity new whatever that thing is. It's just not even worth the brain cells you're putting on it. That's what it costs. It's the renewal fee. It's the cost of doing business. It's the cost of doing business. Think about what the cost of doing business. Howard Griffith is going to call me back about the cigar shop. He wants to open one in South Chicago. Guess how much that's going to be? $500,000. You're going to run the risk of people not wanting to buy the cigars. but he's going to want to talk to me about helping raise the money to buy a cigar shop. Get ready for that. $500,000. Longevity's 500 is money back guaranteed. The cigar shop is a shot in the dark. It's unbelievable, the difference of what you've got here. I just wish you understood the magnitude. You wouldn't be sweating $50 if you did. I love you guys with all of my heart. I'm going to go have a hamburger with the Misfits. I'll see y'all later. Have fun.
Thank you guys. Welcome. Good night.
Love you. Burger wrap.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye. I'll be drinking my enzymes. Woo!
Good for you.
Have a blessed night.
Vincent, good to see you.
Have an avocado.
Yeah. Maybe tomorrow I can.
Good night.
Have a celery stick.
Another stick of celery. Love you guys.
Jenna, can you last night?